Good morning, guys. Here we are, start of the day. We're going to go out to Preston Market and rip some breakfast and coffee, and we'll be in the gym training. What are we going to hit? I reckon upper body today. Yeah, don't mind me getting in here. Ooh, it's freezing. I don't know if you can see, like, all the windows are in full fogged up. This is like the peak of Melbourne. Bloody winter now. Waking up, it's like literally in the mornings, like 1-2 degrees Celsius. Even the car struggles to start. Alright, I'll see you guys at the market. Alright, here we have breakfast. Oysters. Panini. Panini chocolate croissant. And coffee. That's what we all like, right? We're eating this breakfast and we'll go train. This is nuts. Daddy like. Here it comes. The next big one. Panini chocolate. It needs to be heated up a bit, a little bit more. This is nuts. Absolutely nuts. Guys, this is how you actually get shredded. No one talks about it. Early in the morning, max out on sugar. Limoncello cannoli. It is nuts. You know the pump you're going to get in the gym after maxing out on sugar? Alright, we're starting off with bench to warm up. On upper body day, I'll run you through what we're doing. Very basic session, like 2 exercises for chest, 2 for back, and we'll probably do 1 for shoulders and call it a day. Let's see if we can get this in the camera. To drop this camera down a bit. It's just warming up. We're not blessed enough to be out in the Mediterranean now, in the Europe summer. We're stuck in Melbourne winter, so this will have to do for now. Should be able to rip this 100 kilos for reps quite easily. Oh yeah, just fairly easy. We'll do, that was 1 working set, now we'll do 2 working sets of this. That is pretty much all we'll do, just 2 working sets. And I'll go into back. 1 warm up, 2 working sets, then I'll go back to chest, 2 working sets. That's all I do, 2 working sets of every exercise. Last set, had to rip the jumper off, it's getting warm. Add another 2.5 on the side, so then 20, so 42.5 a side plus the bar. Should rep an easy, 6 to 8 reps. Let's go. Starting with back, we'll do 1 warm-up set on that pull downs to go to the V-taper, and then we'll do 2 working sets, just like we did on bench. Nothing crazy, I'll probably go like 50% of my total weight usually. That's warmed up enough. Now we'll do 2 working sets. Now we start working set. Take like 3-minute breaks between each set as well, just to let the muscles fully replenish the oxygen stores, the ATP and whatever. 3 minutes is optimal, without getting too scientific. So we try to train to failure. I could have gone a little bit heavier, which I will next set. Bump it up one plate down and still try to get that 6 to 8 reps. All right, last working set to failure. Let's go. That's heavy. That's it for that pull downs. So full. Let's do some flies. Now we're going to do dumbbell chest flies, slightly incline on the bench, because all the fly techniques are always taken at this gym. There's 2 every single time, no matter if it's morning, night, midday, they're always taken. So we just have to stick to dumbbells. Let me adjust this. Should be able to see the form. Flies I don't actually go like crazy heavy with, just decent. I still go for like 6 to 8. Can't go like super heavy on flies, but I guess we're already warmed up with bench before, so I don't warm up, just go straight into 2 working sets. Done, then we'll do some rows. Oh, finish up with the rows. Alright, let's rip. Last working set for back, and then we'll have to go check out the how the gains are going in the change rooms under the downlighting there. Let's go. Oh, it's heavy. Back at home now. So let's talk about the workout and the training, because most people don't have their entire lives to dedicate to the gym and to fitness and to meal prep, and you might have kids, family, run a business, work, in sales or construction, and work big hours. And that's exactly what I did for the longest time. I worked in construction for like 10 years. I was an electrician. Then I worked in sales, corporate sales, for like a year. And throughout the entire time, I managed to stay in shape because I followed such a basic system that allowed me to continue to maintain and grow my physique, which is 4 days a week is plenty. Upper, lower, rest day, upper, lower, as I've spoken about before, and you've seen me train my upper body day then. I would usually throw in shoulders as well, like one shoulder exercise, but my left shoulder's been a bit like dicky since like the last couple of weeks. Like 2 years ago, I dislocated it in Muay Thai, and it's come good since then. But it's still like occasionally in the cold now. Melbourne is cold, it's bloody ice cold. And you can probably see the Evo behind me, and I can't wait. I might take this thing out to the snow the next couple of weekends coming up, out in Melbourne, in Victoria, I should say, up in northern Victoria. But anyway, back onto training. It's very doable to grow a good physique while you're still busy. Most of my meals are just 2 meals a day, whole foods. I cook like 250 grams of lean beef mince with around 200 grams of rice. And then I'll throw in some fruit, bananas, have as much fruit as I want. Now I'm having like one of these shakes, these like protein things, because I didn't actually eat my lunch today. Today I went out, as you saw before, I went to the market and I cheated a bit. I had like oysters, I had a chocolate croissant and a panini. And that's cool. Like, yeah, I missed the meal 1 today, but I still hit my protein goal, and I'll hit meal 2. I'll hit like the ground beef and the rice, and that's all I eat. 2 meals, 2-3 coffees a day. That'll make me fast throughout the morning. It's very European-esque or Mediterranean style, the way they would live in the blue zones around the world. They don't stress about tracking macros. Like, you go to Europe and go to like Sardinia and like southern Italy and Sicily and all these places and like Greece and stuff. How many people do you look on the coast, they're overweight? Like, hardly ever. These dudes are smoking. They're like 100 years old, like they're 90, still smoking. They're tanned as hell. They spend all day out in the sun, drinking espressos and walking around and socializing. And how do they live so long? Excuse me, how do they live so long? And it's a combination of they just intermittently fast without even realizing they're doing it. They'll go and have coffee and smoke. I'm not saying to go and smoke and stuff like that, no, but that's what they do. They'll have coffee, they'll smoke, have another coffee, probably have another smoke, and they'll do that all morning for like 4 or 5 hours. And then they'll probably eat at 1, 2 p.m. and they'll eat again at like 8 p.m. at night. And that's it. And because the way they walk around, they socialize, they have low stress levels, it allows them to be in good shape. They're spending so much time outdoors in the sun. And that's a lot of my philosophy, how I've built my lifestyle, my physique around that. Minimal effort with maximum reward, maximum efficiency. And it might sound like it's too good to be true, it's too easy, but it really is that. Like, go fly out to Europe and see how many overweight people you see compared to Western countries, like Australia. I don't know, I'm guessing America's the same. What's the obesity rate in the States? Go to UK. Like, these highly stressed, strung Western societies that are like always binging on fast food and all these corn syrups and seed oils and all these things they eat. It's a detriment to their physique. Like, you look how many people are overweight there. And to build a good physique, it is not very hard. People hype it up on social media and they're there to sell you the next best, routine or method or supplement or split or whatever. I just hit every muscle group twice a week. I train till failure, low reps, 6 to 8 reps, high intensity, 2 exercises for chest, 2 exercises for back, 1 for shoulders on upper body day. And what happens sometimes, if I'm feeling good by the weekend, if I can train some more, I'll go and hit a dedicated arms day. And that's occasionally I'll hit 5 days a week. Most of the time it's just 4 days a week, 45-minute sessions. And I'll go and walk like an hour in the morning and I'll probably walk 40 minutes at night. And I walk after I eat my dinner. You might think, oh, how do you get time to walk an hour? It's actually very, very easy. You can multitask. You can go on your phone and listen to a podcast while you go and walk. I listen to like music. I listen to like business podcasts, things like that. And you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. And I like walking at nighttime because it's almost like a meditation in itself. That's, I guess, a form of meditation. I'm just chilling, walking through the suburbs at night in Melbourne. It's quiet. Everyone's in their homes. The lights are all on. And you're walking through and the streets are empty. And that's my time. I can de-stress and unwind. And I can't wait to move to Europe and be able to do this, to actually embody the lifestyle. I've left my job, like I've left my electrical job. I had that for 10 years. And now all I do full time is I make content. I do social media and I do online coaching, and that is my income sources. I've got property in Australia, which is rented out. That brings me some passive income. I've got some shares and ETFs, which pay me dividends. And that's like probably half of my income. And the other half of my income comes from my online business, which is coaching and social media. And I've structured my life this way. Yeah, I'm not the richest guy. No, I don't have a Porsche GT3. No, I don't have 10 houses. No, I don't have, all the fancy Rolexes and stuff like this and gold and diamonds. No, I'm simple. I value my freedom above anything. And because I value my freedom so much and my time freedom, that's why I've created training structured to be such a short period of your day, 45 minutes, 4 times a week. I want to leverage my time. I want time freedom. I want to be able to jump on a plane and fly out to Europe and go to like, you know, Amalfi Coast and spend time there. Literally sitting on the coast, having a coffee, like soaking in the environment, just smelling lemons and espressos, and that's all I want. And it might sound crazy, like, oh, don't you want the expensive cars and the houses and the watches? I had the Rolex. I got bored of it. Like, I had 3 rental properties. I sold one. I'm selling a second one. I'm going to keep one, so I've got an asset left in Australia. I had the expensive cars, like the BMW M2 and stuff. I sold it. Like, it didn't really do much for me. I value my freedom more than anything. And yeah, at the moment, like, I'll be honest, I've taken a big pay cut for my corporate sales job, which some of my best months in December last year, I closed a mill. I got like 30K in comms and commissions paid out. And I could have kept doing that for another 10 years. But I'm 31 now. Would I be 40 before I get to that point where I'm like, oh, when's enough? And that's why I've dedicated this shift into my life now, where I can create freedom. I value freedom. I like waking up on a Sunday and going down to the church and spending time with, like, I've got a friend, like friends there, and then after the church we go out and we get breakfast and we go and get coffee and things like that. That's where I like spending my time. And it might seem non-productive, it might seem like a slow life, but I've lived the other extreme. I've lived the fast lane, and I don't want to spend the rest of my life in the fast lane. I don't know if you can relate to this. If you've been through the grind, you've gone through, you know, the cog in the wheel, the system, and you get over it. You really get over it. You get over the trap of wanting to buy the new car, the new house, the new clothes, the new watch. I got over the materialistic, and that's when I shifted, and I thought, I'm going to sell most of my assets in Australia, and I've got a dual citizenship, and I can move to Europe. My other citizenship is in Italy. I've got my Italian passport and my English passport. My Australian passport. So I can bounce between the two, I guess, locations. And that's how I'm setting up my life now. I'm going for lifestyle setup and freedom, like time freedom, more than anything else. And I think on the back of that, when I do that, I can show other people how to do that. It's going to work itself out. If it doesn't, worst case, I come back to Australia and I go back to construction and I work as an electrician again. Or I go work in the mines as a FIFO, like fly in, fly out job for a few years and build up some more capital. But it's the risk I'm willing to take. It's a simple life. It really is simple. People overcomplicate it. All you have to do is make a decision and don't really look back. It works, it works. It doesn't, it doesn't. You can sit in indecision for your entire life thinking, should I take the risk, shouldn't I? But the more time you spend in indecision, you're actually going backwards. You're going into disintegration. Because it's very easy to do the same patterns. It doesn't require much energy to do what you already know. What does require a lot of courage and energy is to break out and to enter a new way of living, which is what I'm doing now. And it is scary. It's like, I don't know where my next monthly, paycheck comes from. It's up to me. I've got to create it. I'm doing it by helping other people become free, by getting them in shape, by helping them with their mindset and understanding how to play the system so it works in your favor. Because that's what I've done. And I've gotten to this point where I am financially free to a degree. I have location freedom and my time freedom. And now I'm building towards financial freedom. And I'd say I'm halfway there. For me, financial freedom comes at like 20, 30K months, $30,000 a month. Like when you have no mortgage left, you can pretty much live however you want to live. On $30,000, it's a good life. You can go out most nights for dinner if you want. You can go and travel. I don't really care for, like I said, for the supercars and things. If they come later in life, they come, sure. But it's not a priority for me. A priority is to get my sanity back, to get my time back, my freedom. And, you might relate to this, you might not, but that's my whole ethos. That's my philosophy behind how I'm building my lifestyle setup now. And there's a few people I know that are doing this in Europe now. Like there's a good YouTube channel called ONEM, ONEM, and Chris runs that channel, and I'm looking to join up with ONEM, the network, with those guys soon. And they have like locations around Europe where you can stay with them, and every month they go to a new location, they rent like an Airbnb, a house, and you pay like a yearly membership fee and you get access to all the locations with them. So it's a pretty good deal, and there's more of these networks popping up around Europe, and like even in Thailand, in Bali, there's places like that coming around. So I think that's where things are heading. Everyone's starting to become decentralized. They're wanting this remote lifestyle. They want location freedom. and they want lifestyle setup more than anything else. Anyway, that's a bit of my story, and thanks for tuning in to this video. I'll catch you on the next one.